The 2025 MEAC Football Media Day Countdown Golf Show and the Bison of Howard University, who have been picked to finish 5th in the conference predicted order of finish this season. Jay, I know you feel a little type of way about that.
I'm always a football guy, but I mean, you have to pay some homage when America's HBCU joins us on the set. Everything just got a little spiffier here. We just got a little bit smarter in here. We just got a little sportier in here. What else am I missing?
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm going to stop him before he gets too much further into it. Braylon Smith along with Judah McGimpsey. And gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be with you all today. And for you all, hearing predicted to finish 5th, when you saw the top of the hilltop and the top of the MEAC mountain just a couple of years ago, your thoughts on being picked to finish 5th?
I think motivation, we don't mind being the underdogs, and we just ready to get to work.
Nah, for sure. Everybody got their own opinion, you know. But, you know, in-house, we know what we want to do. We know what we want to get done.
All right, Bison, let's go back. Last year at this same event at the media day, you know, y'all were projected to come in 1st or 2nd place. Didn't happen. What happened? And how do you fix that?
We just had a hard reset in the winter, you know. We trying to find a new program identity, set that foundation for the season.
In terms of what you feel like you've had to do and becoming more vocal as a leader, you know, how has it stretched you as a person?
You know, I've always been a guy who led by example, but sometimes people need to hear it. Like, when we're not meeting that standard, you got to hear it from somebody else who's trying to do the same thing you're doing.
Judah, defensively, what are some of the things that you all had to come together as a unit? Because you had expectations, had star power there, but you lost a lot as well. So defensively, what are some of the focal points for the Bison defense?
Just playing fast, physical, and striking fair into all our opponents and really getting turnovers this year.
Great, more turnovers there. And when you look at some of the games that are out there, fast and physical, everybody wants to be fast and physical. But what have you worked on individually in your game?
Just working on my hips, my movement, and trying to be versatile with stopping the run and stopping the pass.
Okay, and on the offensive side of the ball?
Me just taking like the quick hitches and the bubbles to the crib, 60-yard touchdowns, you know, taking the small plays and making them big.
Yeah, you know he's from Florida, right? In Florida, so you know he's got that Florida speed. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I mean, Howard got a little bit of everything. We got people from Florida, Texas, St. Louis, all that stuff.
Okay,
but who's going to be your quarterback, though? That's going to be the key. QB1 is going to be the key. You know, that position is dire, deep in my heart right there. So you can catch it all day long, but how you feeling about the quarterback situation?
I mean, that's a little bit above my pay grade, but, you know, whoever's back there, we're going to be confident in to lead us, so we're ready to go.
All right. The things that I love in learning about players off the camera, we get to bring them on the camera. And so for you, Braylon, a lot of different interests, right? So you're an outdoorsman.
Yeah, for sure.
Give us a glimpse of what that looks like for you on any given Saturday when you have some time.
Nah, at home I enjoy fishing all the time with my guys, my buddies. You know, it's just fun being out there on the lake. You know, sometimes people say it's boring, but it's just about being out there enjoying the moment.
You like catching or fishing?
Nah, catching.
Okay.
All right. So now, Jude, if I come by Cook Hall, the Towers, or one of those dormitories there, what are you going to be doing with your free time? What do you like to do?
Probably just be listening to music, chilling for real.
Listening to music and chilling. What TV show you watching right now? What you watching on TV?
I'm really just watching WWE right now.
WWE.
Oh,
Yes,
wait a minute.
So
I don't know a lot about WWE, so hit me to who you like right about now.
I like CM Punk, Roman Reigns. Those are my 2 guys for real.
Okay, I got. Well, who's next?
Who's next? Oh, you talking
You
about
next. Goldberg. Howard University's next right now.
Braylon, you not only are you focused on your studies, also football and something else of importance to you.
Yeah, I just got engaged over the summer, so that's been fun. New journey, going through that. You know, she's back home right now, so just focusing on football, but also being there for her at the same time.
Now, I've heard a lot about the yard, right? So she was able to wrap you up and you were waiting on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Right. Judah, your car's still on the table, right?
Oh,
so
yeah, my car's still.
I'll tell you, I ain't seen no green eyes like that on that.
All right, anyway, so hey, look, standing by with our very own Shady McCoy, Coach Larry Scott, the head man for the Howard Bison.
Larry Scott here with Hampton, and it's funny, man. You could tell when Hampton's in the building, high standards. Look at the.
We ain't gonna keep letting that go. We're not Hampton. We're the real HU. We're a Howard University
That's my bad. Them aces,
Hey,
let's give a little bit.
Yeah,
Howard.
Because you came out and said this is a job you
Let me
wanted,
put this down. That's my fault. My fault.
Like,
But I'm talking about the standard part of it, the Howard standard part of it.
Yeah.
Mike Vick came over here and messed with me. You know, he's from over there. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But real quick, as you walk here, you can see the swag and the suit and the standard. Let's talk about it. Like, you have arrived. I see it.
Man, look, Howard is excellence. And we talk about being, man, that excellence running synonymous with everything that you do, from the classroom, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you represent this great brand. So at the end of the day, yeah, you better be on your P's and Q's, you better be sharp, and you better bring it every time you get an opportunity to.
Yeah, and that's my fault. I apologize about that.
Yeah, bro.
Boy, Vic over here messing around with me.
That's a big one right there, bro.
I do want to ask you this though. You know, as you come over here with the confidence, the swagger, you smile a little different. I want to say this. What gives you that confidence going into the season with your team?
Man, that's just the work these guys have been putting in. Like you heard Braylon just say, we went through a hard reset, and that's what we called it. We're going to reboot this thing, right? We know what we're all about. We know that the results we got last year is not who we are and nothing that we want to be about. We had been to back-to-back, tied in 22, went outright in 23, went to the Celebration Bowl, didn't take care of the business we needed to take care of there. We left something in Atlanta, and then we came back and we went through a lot of growing pains, a lot of transitional growing pains and things that you don't get to skip steps in the process, especially in a place like Howard. You don't get to do that. We're not going to be the program that can, just reverse the roster year in and year out with transfers. We don't get to take a lot of transfers. You can't be a 2 or 3 year transfer and get in Howard University. You have to be a graduate of a university already before we can take you as a grad transfer. You have to only be in 1 year. So we have to do a great job developing, and we're going to have to go the long, hard road sometimes. So we've had some young guys that were slow cooking, and developing and growing, and now it's time to cook. And I think we're going to get a different result from what we had last year.
As you speak about the kids, you talk about this, the hard work they're putting in, right? The dedication.
Yep.
If you had to give me the personality of the team, of the players, how would you describe them?
Man, resilient. To be a Howard student athlete ain't easy. The acumen you have to go to, the being in the city that is an open campus in the city in Georgia Avenue. Not only are you learning to navigate, playing college athletics at a high level, and handling yourself in the classroom at a very high level. You're around elite people, and then we right down the block from Georgia Avenue.
Right.
You better have some awareness. You better know where you're at. You better have your head on a swivel and learn how to live and navigate in that environment too as well. So being at Howard is just in every aspect is an education within itself. So the resilience that these young men show, the keep coming to work and excelling in every area every day is pretty resilient. And when we got them like that, we're gonna have a chance to win all the time.
Coach, before you came on, I was with Deshaun Jackson, right?
Yep.
And we were off air, and he was saying a lot of his talented players that he was recruiting, they went to Howard, right? And he was upset about that. Talk about the talent, because you've been around. You've been to Miami, right? Yep. USF. You've been around some of them teams. Talk about the talent level you have right there in Howard.
Man, it's been awesome, right? I think we've done a really good job recruiting and identifying the way that we evaluate. Obviously, it's different. We have to recruit to a certain profile, which allows us to recruit coast to coast. We can recruit all over the country in this brand walking living rooms. We're going to give ourselves an opportunity, and we're dealing with a young man that is academically inclined. He understands the importance of his education, even in this new scope of NIL and all those type of things. We're not going to get into the world of where our education value of our degree is devalued by that, when those things can be synonymous and multiple things can be true at the same time. You can be an NIL player, but you can also value the idea that I'm here to get a degree. I'm here to get multiple degrees. I mean, two of those young men, one of the young men on the screen right there, he just said he's engaged, but he's also just finished his undergrad degree, going into working his, in his master's. And the other young man, Joda, was a walk-on into our program, paying his own way. You know about Howard, it's like $60,000 a year to go to school there. Right. And this young man earned himself a scholarship inside of 2 years, and they've been the heart and soul of our offseason and our team and our culture on defense. And when he speaks, everybody listens. So we got young men that grow and develop the right way, even in this new landscape. And we're going to do it that way, and that's why we'll win.
Now let's get right back to the field. So we have the predictions, right? And you guys, they have you ranked 5th. Now, what's going to change that? Because I know, as I talk to you, I already know you ain't with that. You ain't going back. No,
not at all. And then I'm trying to find out right before you get ready to go on set, you got to fix it, right? You got to fix it up and dress it all up. But I think everybody, they kind of set it on the deal. It was a surprise a little bit to see where we are. But hey, that's just more fuel to the fire. When you pour gas on a burning fire, right, you may get burned.
That's right. Is there any players, before we get out of here, is there any players that maybe the world don't know about right now, but they will come game one?
I think those two young men right there are tremendous players, but I think, you turn on the defensive side of the ball and you see a guy like Cam Dyson who's coming along. You see a guy like, obviously Judah we talked about, but Kedrick Green, who's now going to get his opportunity, who's been behind Kenny Gallup for the last 3 years and just learned to develop and took on his role, and now he's one of the big-time leaders on our team. And I think everybody knows, the Eden James, but I think a guy that everybody better watch out for is Travis Kearney.
Okay.
He's a guy that's worked his, his off. He's from my hometown. My brother coached him. My brother's a high school coach and coached him. And when he came in, we had high expectations for him, but was able to kind of cook him slow too as well. Changed his body. He's leaned out. He's gotten in great shape. And I'll tell you, he's going to be a name that everybody needs to look out for.
Okay, all right. Well, Howie Roseman, GM for the Eagles, said there's some players out there in Howard he got to go get. So thanks for the interview.
Absolutely, brother.
And tell
Appreciate
my
it,
man Mike to leave me alone over here.
Yeah, confusing in Howard, man, is a no-no, bro.
That's a no-no. That is a no-no.
That's a no-no.
You ain't got no backup on that one, Shady.
deep.
That's
That
my
one runs
school, too,
deep.
man. You don't want coming out there saying, what was it like when you played at Penn State?
I already, listen.
All right,
That's
Penn
like if
State.
Saquon was just talking to me, then I'm like, oh, that's me.
I got you, man. It's all good, man. One thing Coach said, man, that's one thing that I take proud in as a Howard alum. Like, Judah, walk on. You walked onto the football team. Now you're one of the leaders on the football team. That is Howard. I'm done, Tim.
And representations of Howard University, the gentleman here along with Coach Larry Scott. Thank you so much, Judah Braylon. We appreciate your time. And when we come back, you will hear from Mike Vick. Yeah, right.